another episode of my Genshin Impact playthrough. If y'all are wondering the puzzle solution, I did that episode. I'm sorry, but yeah. You just have to get one side lined up, you have to go do the other. I think you have to get the left side synced up, pause it, do the right side, and then, yeah, I don't know. What was it? Crazy
now
hard.
That's a sight to see. King Deshret's splendor surrounds us.
There's so much vegetation here. It's different than what I expected.
Sure are a lot of plants for a desert.
Yeah.
That's what I call divine providence of King Deshret.
You mean the Dendro? Threw a crash to a wall. Where are we going? Hello? Whoa. What's that? Dude, that looks sick. Look at it.
It's getting brighter. Oh, it looks so beautiful.
That's not Irminsul. It kind of looks like it. I'm scared. What's gonna happen?
Wait, what's
What?
that?
I don't know.
A load of flowers. And it looks like there's something among them.
Looks like a tomb? Kinda does.
These are King Deshret runes.
They left something behind. Yes. It's an elegy written in an ancient script.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Here lies our faithful priest Kasala.
Oh, it's not even King Deshret.
His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration.
You can read ancient King Deshret script.
Of course. Every student needs to master at least 20 languages before they graduate.
20 languages? That's a lot!
He's not serious, right?
I can barely remember English some days.
There's still something off about this place. The elemental energy here is too concentrated. The scent of life.
Is this it?
Analyzing.
What?
There seems to be a hidden message among these skeletal remains. Excellent. There's a device from King Deshret's civilization in this...
Isn't sharing knowledge against the Academia's rules?
Yes. However, under the you'll understand after watching it.
Okay.
Civilization is born of knowledge, but so too can knowledge be its demise. A disaster caught us unaware. It was knowledge that did not belong to this world. King Deshret brought this forbidden knowledge into our world, and it quickly spread like a plague. People's minds were filled with crazed whispers. Dark gray scales spread across their bodies. Even the land was stripped of its vigor. Only a desperate, deathly silence remained.
Irminsul.
Were it not for greater Lord Ruka Devata from the forests, the damage would have been irreversible. She summoned the priests to build temples and infused into them the divine power of life. The disaster was miraculously tempered, and the embers of our civilization were preserved in Aru village. Alas, the miracle could not last. As long as forbidden knowledge continued to exist, it would forever blight this world. In the end, the proud king of the desert, my eternal lord, chose to sacrifice himself. I have spent my whole life since guarding one of these many temples. But now, my duty is coming to an end. As I close my eyes for the final time, the sight of that noble deity will appear in my vision once more.
Looks like Saito!
In helping King Deshret to eradicate forbidden knowledge, she exhausted her strength, and her form became that of a small child. How strange. Now that I think of her, I no longer have any fear of death, for I sense that the spirit of life will abide with me during my eternal sleep. Children of the desert, cling no longer to past grievances, but hold tight to the memory of this act of benevolence.
So...
What was that?
That's weird.
The priest's memories.
I don't understand. Why does the priest look like Saito? And then is it because Irminsul was dying, but also they showed signs of like Alzheimer's? And then King Deshret wasn't killed, he sacrificed himself. And then Ruka Devata is Kusanali? But just, no. She was reborn. I don't know.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. So the former Dendro Archon and King Deshret were never enemies at all.
They were like friends.
But this doesn't make any sense. The Dendro Archon's followers.
Was that the former Dendro Archon? She became so tiny in the end.
You might be distrustful of the Akasha, but there's no reason. You've just witnessed his priest.
I've never heard about the surviving followers of King Deshret all gathered in Aru village. Our god did not make mistakes. King Deshret's death, the all but total annihilation of our civilization, we saw her as nothing more than a traitor who stabbed us in the back in our moment of crisis. Just like us humans.
You were blinded by your prejudice.
If I hadn't seen this for myself, how could I ever begin to accept this?
Raman, that's enough. Give it a rest. You're starting to make a fool of yourself.
He's already made a fool of himself.
My Aramites and I.
Hey, how you doing?
I should probably go.
What's your next move gonna be?
Oh, I know what you're going to ask. But please, give me some time.
It's not gonna be...
Well, I guess that's for me to deal with.
When would be a good time for us?
Tomorrow. And I'll return every last one of your mad... so...
You seem to finally understand.
Yes.
I don't know.
The gods never
It's
gave
not
up on
funny as we
anyone.
were.
That must have been rough. But he seemed...
Ramon's no fool. It's too bad he was held back by his belief in King Deshret.
The outcome...
We should get going too. Let's head...
Saito?
Sino, we're leaving!
Saito, are you related to the priest?
Stop yelling.
Maybe he is. I don't know a whole lot about Sino. That'd be hilarious if he actually was related to the priest. He looks exactly like him! Just with, like, white hair instead of brown, like, black hair. And he was wearing the same outfit, but, like, fancier. I don't know. Gifted Lore's complicated. Even, like... like, go over it and everything. I write scripts for it, and it's still confusing to me. You're just gonna simplify it as much as humanly possible, and then it kind of makes sense. We finally done with this? Maybe this will be the end of this chapter. Move on to chapter 4. Or, yeah, chapter 4.
Raman,
Everything's been arranged.
I guess all I can say...
Don't mention it. But we share a common cause now. From here on out, We're allies.
Alright, let's unite Sumeru and then, get rid of the Academia real quick.
Where are the perpetrators?
I'll bring you to them.
Perpetrators? Confused.
So these are the people who kidnapped the village keepers.
Ew!
Oh no, it's the scribe!
There's no need to yell.
No one can help you now.
We've been all over the desert trying to find you.
That's right.
Oh. I'd be scared when Saito comes.
General Mahamatra? No, no. Quick, please. Swift and painless.
I love how the cowering of fear animation is them crouching at their feet like that.
Whoa. The moment they set eyes on...
You should have known that I would be coming for you.
Wait, we were just following orders. You know what I'm talking about, right? There's no way we could have done...
No, not Sino. He's gonna tear us limb from limb.
I could do worse.
Yeah, I probably could do.
Please have mercy.
Start talking.
So, your superiors have kept you quite...
They, wanted to extract canned knowledge.
But they were trying to get rid of it. Man, the Academia is a bunch of hypocrites.
Don't play dumb. They extract divine canned knowledge. Then what?
I don't...
Well, you better start talking.
You don't want to make things any more difficult for yourself, do ya?
May I ask them a
Be
question?
my guest.
Yeah. Sages are trying to create a new god, aren't they? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Mr. Scaramouche wants to be a god.
Uh-huh. That sure didn't sound like a fancy metaphor or anything. You're serious, aren't you?
How did you know?
There's no use hiding it now. Yes, you're right. The Academia is working on an important and potentially world-changing project. They are creating a new god. A god that will belong to them and to the people of Sumeru.
I don't know about that. Scaramouche isn't the best person to turn into a god. He would kill everybody.
It may seem as if Sumeru's academics are thriving, but ever since the death of Greater Lord Rukkhadeva, the withering of Irminsul has been getting worse recently. The sages have tried everything they could think of, but nothing's worked. I'm always hearing them say things like, if only Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was still with us.
I see an irony here. Every time they try to seek knowledge, great knowledge, withering happens. Like, because Irminsul gets worse. So maybe them being greedy is basically, this destroying Irminsul, so they're the problem.
Continue.
And then, someone from the Fatui showed up. They called him the Doctor. He brought a gnosis and said he wanted to borrow the Academia's research facilities.
Of course.
The Doctor was previously expelled from the Academia. At first, the sages looked down at him in disdain. But when he said those words, he asked them, do you wish to create a god?
Another Fatui member.
This is what the arrogant ignorance...
First, the Academia spent a long time constructing a divine vessel, which was based on an exquisite humanoid puppet. After that, they harvested dreams via the Sebzerus Festival Samsara, maximizing with the Doctor's help, and the Akasha now functioning at maximum efficiency. They were able to use it to extract the power from the... Next, they decided that their new god...
It adds up.
But how do you determine whether the knowledge extract...
Call it an educated guess? The Academia has been trying to figure out the exact source of the Scholar's madness for centuries, but nobody can explain the cause of this phenomenon. Surely you could... If it's knowledge no mortal can comprehend, then it must be something...
I wonder if he still has that, yeah, well, yeah.
You must have noticed by now. The Academia doesn't care about who their god is. It is as if they are cursed with a desire for some organisms demonstrate phototaxis, and thus orient their entire lives in respect to sources of light. For the sages, their only source of hope is the existence of a deity who embodies the acme of wisdom.
Yeah, the Beldir, embodies the quite opposite of wisdom. He embodies death.
This is but a form of phototaxis.
Then what does Lesser Lord... Is she not a true god present in this world?
From the beginning, the Academia has never treated her as a god.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
When the Academia first discovered Lesser Lord Kusanali, the newborn god of wisdom, the sages hoped that she would be as wise as Greater Lord Ruka Devata. They found that at the time, she possessed no more intelligence than any ordinary human child. The sages never had a ruder awakening. This forced them to accept that Greater Lord Ruka Devata had indeed passed away.
She's just a kid. Leave her be. Well, she's probably not a kid. She's probably like old, like everybody else. John Lee is like 6,000 years old. She's probably at least a couple hundred.
Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali's Gnosis had been used to power the Akasha this entire time. By herself, she has neither an Archon's raw power, nor the spectacular insight expected of a god of wisdom.
Well, yeah, because she was like... It's like asking a baby to be a god, or like be in charge of a bunch of people. It's not gonna work. You gotta teach. Because Ruka Devata was... Ruka Devata was grown up when she became a god. And Nahida wasn't. Trying to get a baby to lead their people, and, well, you gotta teach her. I believe Nahida could be a really good god. She cares a lot. She might not be smart, but she's definitely compassionate.
Slowly but surely,
She is smart,
people
though.
began to
She's,
forget
like,
about her
just
existence.
Maybe not as smart as they'd like her to be.
So, this is the path the sages have chosen.
All right, let's try to keep our cool. Rahman, give me a few.
Sure.
Oh, hopefully that's it. Nope, it's not. Well, that'll be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.